Guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but things are about to get much worse here. We have some absolutely devastating news, which I need to share with you. These are the things that could make Bitcoin drop below this orange box, crash down to the $13,000 level. Guys, stick around. I will show you all of this and much more. I have a lot of information. I'm going to go through my own trading strategy as well. You will want to watch this entire video. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. And what a bloodbath. Look here over on Crypto Bubbles. There's only one token up right now, which is the coin of a decentralized wallet. Apart from that, the entire crypto market is in a complete bloodbath. And today we have some very important news to share with you. First off, let's look at what the markets have been doing here. And you can see that Bitcoin is hanging on by a thread above my orange box, and every time I look at this, I get surprised every single time. In the midst of one of the worst couple of days, probably the worst 3 days in crypto history, this orange box is still holding up the Bitcoin price. Now, there is something looming, something that could potentially bring us down below this orange box level, take us down to $13,000, which is the next major point of support, and that would be another 20%. Of course, I am going to be, for my long-term bag, a buyer of every single position here. At $16,000, I'm a buyer to my long-term bag. But if we go down to 13,000, I am going to be an even bigger buyer because these prices are generational opportunities. But let's talk about what's been going on here. And first, I want to show you a clip. This is from Mark Cohodes talking about SBF, talking about FTX on the 8th of October. Let's hear what he had to say.
You know, Bankman-Fried, FTX. I've been teeing Cohodes up on this a little bit. How does this guy, how does he keep doing what he's doing?
When anyone tries to pin SBF down on where he made his money, you can't get a cogent answer. And in his trade, you needed real money up front in the place on this country crypto arbitrage to make big money.
Right.
And it's simple things as who financed you, because you clearly didn't have the money. And his partner is a guy named Gary Wang. And no one can find shit on Gary Wang. And he's on the board of advisors of Sequoia. And I shit you not. You look up Sequoia stuff, there's a picture of Gary Wang of his back facing a computer. There's no picture of Gary Wang.
So Gary Wang is the same CTO or the Chief Technology Officer of FTX?
Allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly. But there's a Chief Regulatory Officer of FTX, and his name is Dan Friedberg. And if you Google Dan Friedberg poker scandal, he was the general counsel of, I don't know if it was Ultimate Bets or one of those Me Too sites, where they basically cheated against players. Then you take into account that SBF is bailing out known Ponzi's and frauds in the crypto space. Everyone who's gone bankrupt or is a proven fraud. And somehow through that, Cartoon Network has painted him as the JP Morgan of crypto, which makes absolutely no sense. He's not the JP Morgan of crypto because he can't sit there, look at you straight in the face and explain anything.
So there we have it. Some people saw it straight from the beginning that things did not look correct from the surface. Things didn't add up in terms of Alameda Research and FTX. And remember back in 2019, this is something that I have been talking about already. But in 2019, CZ Binance said a market maker from a smaller futures exchange tried to attack Binance futures platform. No one was liquidated as we use the index price, not futures prices for liquidations. Only the attacker lost a bunch of money, and that was that. Now, I have been speculating that SBF was actually the attacker here on Binance. And yes, we do have confirmation that that is most likely the case. We are pretty sure that it was Alameda Research triggering stops on Binance's brand new futures exchange. Do you don't believe me? It turns out that this rare occasion you are able to trust and verify. Because in late 2019, Binance's API had a leak. You could see everyone's private orders. You read that right, all of it. Happens to the best of us. I told Binance, who fixed the bug without even a thank you, but not before enterprising individuals had grabbed the data. On September the 15th of 2019, you can see the same user market selling large quantities and placing bids 30% below at the same time. Knowing this, I avoided working with Alameda over the years. I figured everyone should know now for the history books. So we already know that Alameda were doing sketchy things, but what we do know now is that they actually did it with customer funds. FTX's customer funds. I want to show you a short clip. This is Wendy Wang. She's the CEO or co-founder of UOB Exchange. She went on a Twitter space yesterday and explained this situation and how CZ actually knew that Alameda, FTX and Sam were doing shady things behind the scenes. And he was very afraid of the entire crypto space imploding due to what Alameda was doing. He actually tried to warn SBF. SBF didn't care. He still went on doing shady things behind the stuff, endangering the entire crypto space. Let's hear it from herself.
So when Three Arrow got bankrupt, one of the biggest who made this happen is Sam. So as an exchange, Sam is a CEO. You are third party, right? You are not supposed to do anything to do with your users, with your clients, because all the users' activities, you have everything on your exchange. You have all the logs, all the analysts on that. But what Sam does is he did the counterparty of certain clients, of certain users. So what he did is he do the counterparty and he make all the deals, all the futures, all the preps, liquidation very soon. So he made a bunch of money, become a counterparty of Three Arrow, all the way until Three Arrow got bankrupt. So all of this, CZ knows very well. I knew it because I heard from one of the very good friends from CZ. So that's why I think that at the very beginning, so CZ was trying very hard to protecting Bitcoin price, to protecting this whole winter. But then Sam and align with all of his Wall Street money team to break it, to make it not come true. So that's the whole reason CZ started.
And now we have the co-founders of Three Arrows Capital. And remember, the UOB co-founder just said that Sam actually was behind the Three Arrows Capital collapse because Three Arrows Capital were trading on FTX. Sam knew which prices they were going to get liquidated on. Sam made sure the price crashed to that level and they were liquidated. Now, they still have to assume a lot of responsibility, of course. The main thing that crashed Three Arrows Capital is the negligence of the co-founders Kyle Davis and Suzu. So this doesn't take any blame out of them, but he has now come out and confirmed that FTX and Alameda hunted our positions. So where do we go from here? Well, things could get a lot worse, guys. Crypto.com are in major trouble, and I really hope that Crypto.com do not go under, because if FTX wrecked institutional investors, Crypto.com going under would wreck retail investors, setting us back years. Let's go through this. So you remember how Chris, the CEO of Crypto.com, came out and said that, hey, here is our wallets. We have about $3 billion in our wallets, and here they are. And you can also click on this link. It will take you to their actual wallet where you are able to see their exact holdings. It's right now down to $2.5 billion. People are withdrawing from Crypto.com right now. Why do they do that? Well, now that we know the Crypto.com wallets, we are also able to see their history. And it turns out that they actually sent almost all of their Ethereum to Gate.io, which is absolutely insane. Why would they send most of their Ethereum, most of their holdings to Gate.io, another exchange, much smaller exchange? Because they say here that 100% of user cryptocurrencies are held offline in cold storage. The CEO himself came out and said it was supposed to be a move to a new cold storage address, but was sent to a whitelisted external exchange address. This is crazy. We worked with Gate team and the funds were subsequently returned to our cold storage. New process and features were implemented to prevent this from reoccurring. In other words, what the CEO of Crypto.com is right now saying is that they accidentally transferred almost all of their Ethereum to another smaller exchange. The customer's Ethereum. This does not look good. However, Crypto.com have done crazy things in the past. Remember when they accidentally sent a woman $10.5 million. She then went on and bought a luxury mansion with a gym and cinema. They realized 7 months later that they sent this money to her, and then they sue her. She doesn't turn up to court and loses by default. Now she has to sell the house. So Crypto.com has been very negligent previously, but this is absolutely insane. Perhaps there is another reason why they sent the funds to Gate.io, because it's confirmed. Crypto.com accidentally sent 320,000 Ethereum of user deposits to Gate.io on October the 21st. On October the 28th, Gate shows proof of reserves and then sends 285,000 Ethereum back to Crypto.com. This was topping up for the proof. Gate and Crypto.com may be effed. So in other words, Crypto.com sent funds to Gate.io so that they could have that proof of reserves, and then they sent the money back. Is this what's going on between most of the exchanges right now? Are they sending the same funds so that the audits look good, but then they transfer back the funds to whoever lent them the money? This is becoming an absolute clown show, and I really hope that Crypto.com does not go under, because just like I said, that is where many retail people actually traded, and that would absolutely wreck sentiment. As if things weren't bad enough, guys, regulator denies asking FTX to prioritize withdrawals for Bahamian clients. Remember, a couple of days ago, we talked about how people from Bahamas could withdraw due to regulatory pressure, because the regulatory authorities of Bahamas actually forced them to withdraw. Well, that was not the case. This just goes to show that people from Bahamas, the insiders, were definitely prioritized. They were getting bailouts while other people had their money stuck on FTX. As if things weren't bad already, USDD, the stable coin, is right now still on a DPEG. Now, to bring this DPEG up, remember this is the Tron stablecoin. To bring this stablecoin up to $1 again, Tron has a lot of reserves. They have $1.5 billion in collateral. And if we do not see the peg being restored soon, they are going to have to start selling this crypto. That is $1.5 billion, 14,040 Bitcoin in the reserves here. This is absolutely insane, guys. We have been hit with a cascade of bad news just today. And as if things weren't bad enough of the bad news we've been having here for the last couple of days. As for me, guys, I am going to go ahead and close my bots here. And remember, these bots are actually trading a range much higher than this. They're trading this range between like $18,000 up to $20,000. As soon as we saw the collapse of FTX, of course, everything changed for these bots. Now, one of the bots had a stop loss. One of the bots that were trading the higher range up here, I believe down here below this orange box, this bot was actually stopped out, but the other bots did not have a stop loss, and they are right now still at the profit, but of course they are very close to break even here. So I am going, until this drama settles, I am going to buy more Bitcoin for my long-term bag, but for the next couple of days, we are going to have more funds coming out and blowing up. We're going to have more exchanges potentially being insolvent. We're going to have more information. And until we see the full extent of that, or at least for the last couple of days, I'm going to close these bots. I'm going to establish a new trading range moving forward, guys. So make sure to subscribe and activate the bell so that I can update you on my next moves here in the crypto space. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.